So I think part of the reason is because that means that your life has no meaning and you had to make something up. So I can make up anything. I can make up, the meaning of life is to drink coffee, the meaning of life is to, smoke, the meaning of life is whatever it is I make up. And then as long as I have meaning, then I'm good, right? That's according to that saying. So recently I've been wondering, I'm going to segue into something. Recently I've been wondering, where does that come from? There's an innate desire and drive for a person, for people to want meaning in their life. And people they want purpose, they want meaning. There's a drive. Everybody has it. Where does that come from? Why is it? Why do people search for meaning? I think there's a deep idea over here. There's a Ramban, a famous one. I don't exactly know. Maybe it's in Shar Gmul or something like that. He asks, what's the pshat that we mourn for people? Why do we sad? Why are we sad when people die? What's going on over here? They're in a better place, right? They're in Gan Eden. They're close to the Rebbeinu Shalom. What are we sad about? There are some cultures actually that celebrate. They have a party after somebody dies. Maybe they didn't like him. I don't know, but Lamaisa, what are we sad about? What's the simple understanding of what's going on inside? So he says that since in the beginning of creation, humans were meant to live forever. People were meant to live forever. So when Hashem created us in that way, in our minds and our neshamas, we believe that we're going to be living forever. And the fact that this person did not live forever creates a sadness, creates a lack. On a similar note, I think, this might be pshat, what I'm trying to understand, is that when Hashem created us, when Hashem put us into Gan Eden, we felt nitzchias. What does that mean? That we felt foreverness. We felt what? Eternity. Thank you. We felt eternity. We felt closeness to Hashem. So even though now we are out of Gan Eden, we are here in the world. What's going on is that we have this drive to go back. You're asking a question? Let me just finish the sentence. We have a drive to go back to what we've felt, this eternal thing. I'll take your question in a second. You mind if you ask me a question afterwards?
Yeah, sure.
If that's okay?
Yeah.
I'm not so well prepared that I'm able to ask a question and go back to what I'm... All right? See? Now I'm lost. I don't know where I am anymore. The purpose, so when people are searching for purpose, generally speaking, they search for things that will have lasting impressions, have lasting goals, things that will create an impact on the world. My name is on this building, you're right, or something like that. Or I built something, I created something, I did something that will last forever. So this purpose, I think that's what drives a person. On a similar note, also segued, similar but different, this idea is, I've heard from Rabbi Akiva Tatz. He brings this idea that the world, Hashem has this idea of chesed, gvura, and tiferes, where a person many times, sometimes I'm sure, over the course of a person's life, a person has this burst of inspiration to do better. They have this initial, many times you'll see in Eretz Yisrael, I've seen it, I've experienced it, where a person has this, a Baal Tshuva, right? A Baal Tshuva has this initial burst of inspiration. It's a chesed from Hashem. There's no reason why you should have it, but it's given to him. And then, later on, what happens? It goes away. That initial burst of inspiration. It happens to all of us. We want to get up for Shachris, or we want to do this, or we want to stop doing this. We stop for a little bit, and then we go back to our old habits. What's the pshat? What happens? So, what's going on is that there's this concept called chesed. Chesed, Hashem gives us a chesed of an initial burst of inspiration, and then He takes it away. And when He takes it away, what He wants from us is to drive us towards, we have that feeling of what it felt like to have that inspiration, to do well, to do better. We do better, and then we feel this closest to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We feel this connection. And when we get it taken away, what we do is, many times, is we drive further. That gives us the inspiration, the knowledge of what we felt then, gives us that drive and inspiration to go into this realm of gevura. And when we work, when we don't have that inspiration, when we don't have that feeling of, we don't want to do it. Every person has it. Every person has the days where they like learning or like davening or like anything that's good in life. And then there's the times where they hate it. It's a drag. They hate it. The good times is what's meant to drive us towards that goal. And then when we get to that point where it becomes a part of us, that's tiferes, that's splendor, beauty. It becomes something that we're attached to. So, with Hashem, everyone should do well.